I ask you, therefore, between so-called secularizing history and communalizing history, is there a middle ground?
Yes,
that we can find?
Truthifying history, I guess. That is
Sorry?
the truthifying history. Sorry,
Truthifying. You're calling it truthifying history.
Truthifying Indian history and let people read what is the truth.
However inconvenient
it is, let us stare it in the face. Let's just get done with it. I think we have a very, very troubled past. And since, as I stated again, since we've not made peace with it, we will keep having these fissures emanating all the time, whether it is in Ayodhya, whether it is in some other place. If we had settled these for good, I think the problems would not arise.
Dr. Tharoor?
In one of my novels, Riot, I have a character, a foreigner, an American, saying to the Indian characters, the problem with your country is you have far too much history for you to be able to consume it. I mean, it's overflowing. You're all busy using history as a battle axe to hit each other with. And this character is somebody who's trying to sell a popular beverage in India. And he says, I don't care about your past. I'm only interested in your future and increasing my sales here. You guys should be thinking about the future too. And frankly, I have some sympathy with that point of view. I love reading history. I've enjoyed writing it as an amateur. I don't claim to be a historian as Vikram is. But I would say that history should belong to the past and to multiple understandings of the past. And Vikram says the truth. So if you look selectively at only the rape, the pillage, the destruction of temples, the forced conversions, you have one kind of truth about that period in northern India in particular. If you look only at incident after incident of Hindus going and worshipping, for example, Ghazi Mia in Bahrain is this fellow who was a Muslim warrior who's revered as a Hindu saint today. You've got people in many, many parts of India where if there was a natural calamity and a temple was destroyed, the local Muslims would come and rebuild it, and vice versa for a masjid. We've had so many examples like that are also present in our history. If you only look at that selectively, you'll have a different truth. And maybe if you read both sets of accounts, you'll arrive at a third truth. I feel we should let people have their own understandings, provided no one seeks to assert a monopoly of one version of the truth. That's where I would leave it. Let us let history remain contested for the past, but let us not bring those contests over into the present and thereby compromise our future.
Maybe we should have a film. Maybe we should have a film on Kabir instead of Aurangzeb.
Yeah, indeed. So
maybe we should have a film on bridge builders rather than a Godse.
Yeah.
There are any number of, have a great film on Vivekanand instead of a film on Godse. Have a film on Kabir instead of Ghazni. But maybe we live in an era whereas in Bajrangi Bhaijan, the actor says, कि प्यार बांटना बहुत मुश्किल है, नफरत फैलाना बहुत आसान. And I just wonder whether even history has got caught in these competitive hatreds of our time. I just wonder.
It has, Rajdeep, and I would agree with Dr. Tharoor there about these multiplicity of views. I've always held, as a historian, that it's that famous poem we read as children, the blind man and the elephant. Each blind man touches one part of the elephant and says the elephant looks like the trunk, the tail, the body, and so on. They're all right and they're all wrong as well. History is that. Each person looks at one aspect based on either biases or the evidences that are available to them and reconstructs. It's the sum of all the parts. So do not deny any part in the false miasma of contemporary politics, contemporary social cohesion, and so on. And as I said, de-hyphenate today's Muslims from these invaders of the past. Make new icons who actually represent that composite culture, who actually represent that peaceful version that you talk of, rather than, actually deny and have this negationism that, Aurangzeb was actually very secular, but
the way to do that is to go back to the Constitution. The Constitution gives us a roadmap where we can all enjoy our own autonomy and be empowered as citizens of a free democratic republic.
True.
Let's do that and not, in fact, demonize people for what happened centuries before our republic was even born.
Let's leave it there, because we are 75 years into our independence, and 75 years is a good step to look forward rather than look at the past possibly with anger and certainly not with hatred. This country, as yesterday Thomas Friedman called it, is a miracle country, a country of great pluralities. Let's celebrate that diversity rather than somehow or the other demonize our past. And that's really what historians need to do, provide us with those multiple voices that reflect the diversity of this unique country. Thank you both very much for joining us. Vikram
Thank you.
Sampath,
Thank you.
Shashi Tharoor.